Welcome to the Mind Body Project, day 8 of the quiz, true or false. So today's one is, depression can be passed down genetically. So depression can be passed down genetically. Is that true or is that false? That is false. Yeah. Depression cannot be passed down genetically. Yeah, that's not how it works. Yeah. Now, with genetic, because I've seen some studies, and I think in the hospitals still they're asking people if you can, especially with chronic conditions, does anyone in your family have a chronic condition? Yeah. And they're asking that because some of them still believe that can be passed down genetically like that. And we know that that's not true. Like, there's certain things that can be, there's certain conditions, but not the chronic conditions. There's 3 conditions, but they're not the chronic ones. And the study that you should be looking for if you want more information on this is epigenetics. So epigenetics, what they realize now is that it's not the genes, it's the genes expressions. And you can switch on and off the genes. Yeah? And someone called Dr. Dean Ornish, who reversed heart disease, realized this. So he put them on a study where it changed their food, changed their physical activity, changed their way to deal with stress and mindfulness, and a few other things as well. He changed that, and what that did, when they measured the genes, when they showed the genes are switched on and off. So it switched off all the cancer ones, cancer causing genes, and it put on all the health ones. So it's your environment that is the key. Yeah, it's your environment. And this was done in another study with with foster children. So children who have certain conditions, say like type 2 diabetes. So in their family have all got type 2 diabetes, but if you take the child out and they grow up in a different home with these people who are very healthy, then this child will not have type 2 diabetes. So it switches them off. Yeah, so it's the environment that you put in. These are environmental factors. These are lifestyle conditions. Yeah, and depression is another one of those things that need to be dealt with if it is that way. And many of the health conditions that we have at the moment are all to do with their environmental, so they're lifestyle factors. And that's what we need to be changing, not sitting there going, oh, that genetically passed down. I've seen some research where, again, these are the drug companies and their games that they're playing, where they're suggesting that they can detect if you are at risk of depression, and therefore they can give you a drug before you actually get it. So these are people who are marketing, and again, they're a business, and their job is to get as many people on as many drugs as possible because they know it will be rich. Yeah, if they can help some people along the way, then so be it. But their primary interest is to make money. Yeah, they're a business, and their shareholders, that's what they're there for. Not saying that they're not good people that work there, but that's essentially their remit. They don't have to tell you about physical activity, healthy eating. That's what they want to do. They want to get as many people on drugs, as many drugs as possible. But let me tell you now that in epigenetics, we now know it's environmental factors that are going to switch on and off the genes. So it's nothing to do with passing down genetically. That's just not going to happen. It's your behaviors that count.